Another huge thing that we got to talk about, Saran, she kind of alluded to it, but congratulations to you on becoming a dual master at from Marymount University. So you have a dual master's in what again, ma'am?
Forensic and legal psychology and clinical mental health counseling.
That's a mouthful. Can you break that down just a little bit?
Yeah,
Real
so basically what I'm doing
quick.
with that right now, I intern at the Child Advocacy Center and I work with kids who experience like sexual assault, sexual violence, things like that. So, yeah, that's kind of what I got going on, doing therapy with the kind of trauma population, a population that deals with trauma. So,
So what specifically, I guess, so what side would be, well, I guess what associates with the legal
Forensic
and
side.
forensic side versus the mental health counseling side? Like, how are you using one versus the other?
yeah, so basically, I work on a multidisciplinary team, and it's just a whole collaboration of various professionals. So we work with law enforcement, the court system, CPS, like schools, everybody, and we all come together. So the forensic side is, having the knowledge of the courts. So like prepping our clients for if they have to go to court, see their offenders, things like that, knowing the rules and the expectations of what they're supposed to do, advocating for them a little bit. Well, the advocating kind of goes into the counseling part and prepping them and also working through their traumas and things like that. So the forensic side is dealing with, like, I am a part of kind of investigations and I get to see forensic interviews taking place, and we discuss the cases and, like I said, collaborate with law enforcement and the courts and attorneys and things like that. And then the therapeutic side is working one-on-one with the clients and their families to, support them the best we can during this whole extensive process that's unpredictable and uncomfortable. So yeah.
That's actually pretty cool, man. So I guess the next question to you is, how did you foresee this as a career that you wanted, or a path that you wanted to go down, or was it kind of as you were learning psychology and getting a little bit more invested into that particular major, you sought out this path?
Yeah, it was definitely as I went, it kind of developed. So going into it, of course, obviously I majored in psychology in undergrad. Still didn't really know what I wanted to do. Well, we started out with serial killers. Now, obviously, I'm way far away from serial killers. Um, and then coming into my master's program, I started on the FLP side, the forensic side, and I still didn't really have an idea of where I wanted to go. But I realized the forensic side solely is more so dealing with, like, as a litigation specialist or working in intelligence, and it's more behind the scenes research, and I kind of wanted to have that experience with working directly with those who are impacted by something. So that's kind of where I segued into wanting to deal with those affected by trauma and stuff like that. So I probably came
So
at my like second year into the program when I started to do the counseling classes and courses.
so your dual masters was a 3-year program because you had to do two
Yeah.
and so would you say that, I guess, another factor into your career is your GA time, because then you do some like tutoring or academic advising and something like that with other student athletes at the school?
Yeah, definitely it all kind of supported my counseling skills and things like that, working one on one with students and continuing to, like I said, foster those skills of developing plans, getting to know people, making a holistic plan of what do you need. Basically, what is my client's needs? So, what is your specific needs? How can we get you to your goals and things like that? So, yeah, being a GA also contributed to, I guess, my skill development and things like that. So it's definitely been a blessing. that I've had these opportunities and, great support staff and great family and my supervisors to kind of just help me, you know, get to where I'm
Did
at.
your did your students perform better though? Did they were
Yeah,
there positive
I had
outcomes
a couple students.
from
That's
your
always the best. Yeah, when they come back, they're struggling in the beginning, then they coming back showing you, oh, I got an A on my test because I learned how to study. I brought my grades up. I knocked out all my assignments because I actually stuck to the agenda, the plan that you created for me or that we created together. So there's definitely output. Like we put in the work, and then the output comes, and they're satisfied, and so you just send them off like little baby birds, and it's like use this for all the rest of your years and
That's
life.
And
cool, man.
that also paid for your classes, if I'm not mistaken.
Right,
That
exactly.
was that was my greatest thrill, of course.
Yes, 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 yes. No student debt.
Awesome. And Hardy Boy, as far as seeing now you have two children who are mastered, you know, how do you feel as far as that? I know you and mom are particularly proud, as you like to say, we're an investment to
It's an
you.
investment,
And
baby. It's an investment. I'm getting ready to put my feet up real soon, but I'm gonna give you a couple more years. But yes, it's been, and I know how they do that. Oh, it's been a struggle, hard times and good times, and I hate those interviews. Don't you hate those interviews where they've been through so much? But I gotta say, we really had, my favorite is a plan, the Team Hardy plan. Everybody playing their role. So I don't think our struggle was outrageous. And then I look back on, every day I look back on the road trips we took and the things that we put in place, the blueprint. It really works, man. And everyone bought into it. And to see the results, it really works, man. I'm thinking about bottling it up and putting it on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
not selling it in the stores, Hardy.
It
Come on, man.
works.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely, being a product of the bottled substance and the efforts put in, I think I can speak on behalf of Saran too, is you can't see them all, right? You can't see next week, next month, next year, years down the line. You just like, today I gotta go do this and that whatnot. And so I think for me personally, I've appreciated the one, the Black man in America talks, but also just prepping me to be a total versatile person who can adapt and be able to handle anything, any adversity. I think that's what has made me into the person I am today, and that's afforded me to some of the things I've gotten. So with that being said, I've also moved up in a lot of ways. I just recently got a promotion um, at the job I work at, and so now I'm taking on a little bit more responsibilities, having to do more as well, and with that, having to put in more hours as well. So as far as Hardy Boy and Saran, they've had to go back into the office and whatnot. Me, my hours, the days have stretched even longer and started a little bit more inverse. My days start at 3 a.m. now, which is insane. I don't know who, it's one thing, and I'm a morning person. It's one thing to wake up at waking up at, 5, 6, 7. People are like, oh, I'm like, I can never sleep in past 7 o'clock. Like I'll be up 5, 6, 7. No. I have to be in the building at 3, not waking up at 3 to be somewhere at 5. No, I'm in the building at 3. So that means I'm waking up at like 1:45, 2 a.m., which
Ouch.
means I gotta now go to sleep at 6 p.m. And we are now in the middle of summer or approaching summer, and the days are getting longer. So the sun's still out till 9 o'clock. And no matter how many blackout shades I put up, the
Mm-hmm.
sunlight is going on the outside of the windowsill, and I'm just seeing it. So everyone's trying to tell me that melatonin and what's it called, the eye mask are going to be my new friends that I gotta adopt and start using. But just kind of speaking again to what you were saying, Hard Boy, this the journey is starting to show dividends. You know, the proof is in the pudding. So, and like you said, I wouldn't say we don't really have a struggle story. I would say there were, you know, challenges and, you know, certain,
Right.
I guess, barriers or bumps, but
Right.
no real, like, you know, we were down bad and we came
Yeah.
out the trenches and,
We
you
ain't really get
know,
nothing out the mud. We ain't really got
yeah,
nothing.
we weren't really out the mud. But that's fortunate, right? Well, fortunately, we didn't have to do that, you know,
Yeah.
because you and mom come from the trenches, and y'all you guys got it out the mud and set it up for, so me and Saran didn't have to. So, you know, we're appreciative to it. That's not to say, you know, we're spoiled by any means. So anybody listen to this, don't think, you know, don't think we don't know how to do nothing, because that's not true. We still go back and we still, you know, do all the things that they did, you know, maybe not as much or as often, but we're aware, we're conscious of it.
Our main objective was also to prep you guys for the world as it is today, you know, societal confrontation and just being, we won't play the race card, but just growing up in America does have its challenges. And we just tried to prep you all. And it was a conscious effort. It was planned parenting. It was checking all the boxes. So that was a conscious effort by me and your moms. And you guys bought into it. You allowed the process to work. And to your point, we didn't know what it would be on the other side, but everyone bought into the plan, and it worked out. It really worked out. And we stayed on our knees, of course. We sent them up, and they came down. The blessings came down. So absolutely.
Saran bought into it. I don't know if we bought it. I think it was,
Yeah,
you
did
know,
we
place to buy
have
it. All right, I
a
was like, the whole time you said that, so I was like, bought into
I mean,
it.
you
You
know,
know what
they
I'm saying?
say that the thing about us, we gave y'all a voice. We allowed
Right.
y'all to have
To have an
a
opinion.
voice, an opinion. Now, whether we really had a choice,
Right. But you
I
guys
guess
had
we
an
got
opinion.
to.
You guys could voice how you felt. Now, in response to that, we're still going to go with plan A, but
Right,
we
right.
heard you.
No, that is so real. Like we really don't know with plan A, but you know, at least I can voice. I was frustrated with plan A.
Right. Nah, I'm just trolling, man. But